Hello and welcome. Today we're here to discuss very great novel, Margret Atwood The Testaments. Okay, so I've got a lot to say about this. The reason I'm really making this video is because nobody around me has read it yet and I just need to speak about it, you know. Bit of a selfish reason, but I just need to talk about it. Like, it's been sitting on my mum's bed for literally the past couple weeks. I've read a couple books in between, so I might have forgotten a few things already, but I just really wanted to speak about it and just got the impulse to. Disclaimer, I haven't watched the series yet. I haven't finished watching the series yet. I'm like season 2, episode 5 or something. I do really need to finish it, but you know how it is, just haven't gotten around to it, I guess. But I will talk about this beautiful, fabulous book now. First, I want to talk about my experience purchasing the book. So when it came out, I was talking to my mum and I was like, oh, I really want to buy it, bit broke. So she sent me some money and was like, quick, go down to Kmart and get it. So I drove, I got in my little car and was like, shh, right? And then I got to Kmart, I parked, and then I ran into the shop and I was speed walking. I was walking throughout the shop trying to get to the book section, and I kind of expected there to be a display. Maybe I'm thinking too much of Australia here. I expected there to be a little display, wow, an influential book, kind of get it here moment, but there wasn't. So I speed walked to the book section, and then I saw on a, I guess, new releases type thing, there were 3 of the books like this, here, and then there was some other books, some other books, some other books, some other books, and there was 3 of them, and I was just got it. And then I felt so, it was crazy how much adrenaline was pumping through me. This is the lamest thing I've ever said, but just because I was going to buy this book. So I got my hands on the book, and then me and my friend went shopping the same day, and I went to Harry Hogs, and I saw they had a display, so I took a little photo near the display. But it's just really interesting to me because at Kmart I got it for 24 Australian dollars, and it's a hardcover. I was pretty chuffed with that price. At Harry Hogs they were charging the exact same book, the exact same size, for 44 Australian dollars. So that was a bit wild. Let's quickly talk about the book itself. So here it is. Here's the front. Here's the back. That's the dust cover. It's very big comparatively to a normal sized book. So that's kind of interesting. At first I don't like reading big books that much, but I definitely got used to it. We'll take the dust cover off. And there you can see the front. What I didn't notice is if you see here, there's a little, can you see it? There's a little imprint of a handmaid. And then at the back, there's the imprint of the girl. So it's a nice hardcover, nice navy blue. On the side, it says Margret Atwood The Testaments. And then inside, it's really cool. They've got the same girl handmade print. And yeah, it's just a little, it's a book. It's a pretty book, and it'll go well with my other Margret Atwood books. I've got a bit of a collection. It's 3 books, but I'll call it a collection, and I'll keep collecting, and it will grow. Now, let's talk a bit about the style of the book. So, having not watched the series, I was a bit nervous. Is there stuff I won't know? What's she gonna do? Is she gonna continue on the June storyline, or do something new, do something fun, do something different? And I'm so glad she decided to shake it up a bit. Out of the 3 storylines, there was Baby Nicole, the Canadian. So we'll start there. I thought it was really great to see the outside perspective, because what this book I think did very well was show different reactions and perspectives and glimpses into Gilead and how different people reacted to it. So I thought showing like the Canadian girl was really interesting, especially considering that Atwood herself is Canadian, like her reaction to it almost. Like I feel like Baby Nicole was like a bit of her voice. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much, like maybe I'm not reading enough into it maybe, but I just thought that was really interesting and I really liked that storyline, but at the same time it was my least favourite one of the three. My favourite one, however, was Agnes's. My favourite was Agnes. I really liked seeing the upbringing, because for me it like added a new level to the story, like when people are convinced by the system but not convinced, like that inner turmoil I found to be immensely interesting. And also it like showed to me how the system worked like on a better scale. I think it made Gilead a more like dimensional, like it already was, but it gave the Republic? No, the city, the system, the government. It gave the Gilead government more dimension, almost seeing people have like a positive or more indifferent reaction to it, until she obviously became an aunt and then that kind of went down the drain. But I thought her relationships were really interesting, and understanding how Gilead was supposed to function like in an ideal like way was really, really great to see. I think I really thoroughly enjoyed that. And then the whole Pearl Girls, I really loved the Pearl Girls thread throughout. And I just think Agnes's storyline really, it was beautifully written. The timeline of it, seeing her grow up and seeing her thoughts change and her reactions was just wonderful. And also her interactions with the Marthas was also very interesting, as it was like a lot more secretive, a lot less secretive than I remember June's being in the first book. So that was really great. Now moving on to the third kind of storyline, we have Aunt Lydia, which at first I didn't realise it was her, which might be a bit dumb of me, I don't know, it took me a couple pages or whatever, but I think I'm a bit in two minds about the whole Aunt Lydia situation. So on one hand, I really love like seeing into her character. It's almost like a redemption arc, which is like I don't know, I'm not the biggest redemption arc fan, but so it was like nice seeing a familiar face, kind of tied it all together with the story we knew before, but at the same time, like I reckon it would have been just as rewarding for it to be like a random other person, but I guess it couldn't be, because Aunt Lydia is such like a quintessential part of the story, and especially since it seems that Gilead has kind of like fallen before it really had risen almost, because when Aunt Lydia went, it like, I don't know, it seemed to me like Gilead collapsed at the end of the story, but I guess that was a bit vaguer. So I'm a bit in two minds about having the character from the first series like back again, but I did really enjoy reading her, and again, I think my favourite aspect about the whole story was being able to see from these three vastly different perspectives. So what Aunt Lydia enabled Atwood to do was show us more into the creation of Gilead, and like other characters wouldn't be able to do that as successfully. So I get why she's there, and I liked it. I really enjoyed reading it, but I don't know, I think it would have been also really great to have it completely stray away from the first book, but this still set in Gilead obviously, but I think that would have been really rewarding in its own sense. But I am happy that like Aunt Lydia did die at the end, just because like just wanted it, you know, like I kind of wanted, oh, you know, it would have been great if Agnes died as well, but yeah, I was a bit worried for Nicole at one point. I was like, oh babes, not looking too good on that boat, like what death is there going to be? Because I like things that have like a bit of a boom impact ending, and it really did. And actually that brings me on to like the ending as I'm going to think about it. The kind of historical commentary part. I love the ending. Like, I love that kind of historical commentary. At first I was like, oh, a bit random. But then I like remembered history does not repeat itself, but it rhymes kind of thread. It was like, oh, okay, makes sense. Like, I forgot that the first one was like based, like, what was it? Like, I forgot that the first one had its like whole nothing in the story hasn't happened in the past thread to it. So I really enjoyed the way it wrapped it up and how the historians talked about Gilead, and like it kind of depersonalized the experience that I just felt like I'd been through, and I loved that. Like, I just loved it. It was really altogether a great story. I really loved reading it. I wish it was longer. It felt so cool to see more into Gilead through Atwood's writing again, because I love the way she writes so much. Like, she could describe anything and I'd read it, honestly. And it was just such a poignant, well-developed, well-thought-out book. Oh, you know what I haven't talked about? I haven't talked about the three storylines merging. So I didn't expect Agnes to become an aunt. I didn't really know what was going to happen to her, but I didn't expect that until like a friend, is it Becky? Until Becky became one, and then I was like, oh, okay, good for Becky. And then it kind of became clear that Agnes was going to follow in her footsteps. And I thought it was super duper, like, interesting for her to have taken that route. Like, wouldn't be the first thing to strike me, but I really liked it. And the way they merged because of that, like, I loved when Nicole went into Gilead. I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen? It would have also been cool if, like, more people knew about it. Like, I thought, when I was reading it, I was like, oh my god, she's going to be, like, shown, she's going to be, like, displayed, it's going to be great. But that didn't really happen, so I think that would have been really cool. No, I loved the story, I loved the pacing of it. The timeline was very, like, I feel like we developed kind of fast in retrospect, but it didn't feel jarring to me. And what she did really successfully, which is really important when changing perspectives, is she'd leave you on a like, oh no, I want to find out what happens next to this person before flipping to the next person, which is really important to keep the reader engaged, and she did it so well. And like at the end of everyone's little segment, I was like, oh my god, like what's happening next? I need to know. I will say, like, oh, I loved how each of them had their own little picture to showcase who they were. I thought that was so cool, and like really just was like, okay, we're Agnes, okay, we're Lydia, okay, we're Nicole. Like, it was really cool for me as a reader, although I will say it like annoyed me this much because I full expected to just have, what is it, almost 400 pages of just like solid content, and I feel like we had quite a few like changing pages. Seemed like a bit of a waste, and I was a bit salty because of it, because I was expecting, I just wanted the most words I could get, really. I was just being a bit greedy. So final thoughts was, it was great. I loved how it strayed from the June plot, mostly strayed from the June plot. Loved all the new characters, and I loved everything about it really, except for how short it was. That's really my overall thoughts. If you want to hear, again, it's been a little bit since I've read it already and I'm so forgetful. This video was so over the place, like, so subscribe if you liked that kind of here's an idea style of video. I need to get better at it. I did jot down some like little notes, but I think I deviated from them a bit, so sucks to be watching, I guess. No, but yeah, overall I thought it was a really good book. If you have any questions about it and like wanted to know my opinions on some certain aspects of them, definitely leave them in the comments below. At the moment I'm reading Lolita. I just finished reading Murakami's Norwegian Wood, which I found really interesting. I love Murakami's writing style, but that's a different video. But at the moment I'm reading Lolita, so if you want to know my thoughts on either of those, leave it below. I've been thinking about maybe doing a like dressing up in Lolita fashion while talking about reading Lolita kind of video, but that would be a bit disturbing, wouldn't it? But yeah, so that's my video on Margret Atwood's The Testaments. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. And yeah, subscribe, leave a like, and have a great day. Also, read the book if you haven't already. Bye. Wait. I forgot to show you. Look at this phone case my sister made me. Isn't it so cute? So sweet. Okay, bye for real now.